Okay, after our last panel speaker, we will open it up to your questions. It's a pleasure to introduce our final panel member, Dr. Lisa Rodriguez, Director of the Graduate Success Center, and the key player whose leadership really makes today's orientation possible for you. Lisa has put much thought into planning today's activities with your needs in mind as you transition into the exciting role of graduate learner. Lisa?
Thank you, Dan. I had planned to be in a hurry when I got up here, but my fellow panelists have rushed through, and now we have a lot of time, so I'll just take a breath. I took a stretch when Donna had us take a stretch. How many people are hungry? I always ask that question. Did everybody get something for breakfast? Okay, you're good on time. We have a big luncheon planned, but we really shouldn't get up there till about 11:20. I don't know if they're quite ready for us. So I'm going to do a couple of things now. One is, well, find the mouse pad. There we go. That would be helpful. I need to bring up my website and talk a little bit about, I won't do as much show and tell, but talk a little bit about the services available to you through the Graduate Success Center. It's sort of a vague term. What is a Graduate Success Center? We're part of a 5-year Title V project from the U.S. Department of Education to support graduate students academically, personally, and professionally. So it's basically what our center, that's what our mission and our charge is. So to find us, and you have plenty of swag in your possession with our website on it. You have a flash drive. I think it's on the pens, it's on the folders. But just in case you haven't looked at that tiny little print in your bag, we are right under Current Students Graduate Success Center. I chose this picture on the homepage for the Graduate Success Center because that's how I felt in graduate school. That was basically me, books and coffee, and cell phone is oddly missing from that picture. I know that's another challenge for students now to get off your cell phone and get to your books. But we have a tutoring portion of our Success Center which offers mainly writing tutoring in the areas either master or doctoral level. So we do everything from just basic paper assignments through master's theses through dissertations. We have tutors that meet face-to-face with you in our center, online. We have a semi-virtual option where our tutors can make a video recording of their comments on your paper. But I want to stress something about our tutorial services, which we also sort of call academic coaching, because a lot of graduate students feel like, tutoring, that's undergrad. So academic coaching. One thing is that we do not edit. We're not line editors, proofreaders. We won't fix your mistakes. The way our service works is that you bring in your paper, our tutor looks at it, can help you correct the first few instances of a recurring problem, and then lead you to the resources where you can start to identify it and find it and work on that yourself. So again, we're not a drop-off service. We work with you to try to get into your writing and move you through the process. So somebody's live streaming me, it sounds like. I know, isn't that weird? I had it on my phone a minute ago and it was Twilight Zone-ish. Oh, sorry. Does anybody know the Twilight Zone? Okay, good. I don't feel so weird. Yeah, I showed it to Donna and said, hey, look, we're on the web. Nice. So our tutoring services is, I'd say, the meat and potatoes of what we do, but we also support you personally. And I encourage you to go to our website and look at us. I'm avoiding going through all of this, services because there's so much rich information and so many resources here for you. But I do want you to go through it because you do actually need to sign a mini contract to get services, but they are free. So do read through because we ask you to actually click through and say that you've read our terms and conditions to get the services from us. We also, in terms of personal support, have a mentor program. The mentor program is really fantastic. I'd like Jasmine Lewis to stand up and be recognized. She is our mentor program coordinator. This is Jasmine Lewis. With the camera girl. She recently graduated with her Master's of Education in Counseling and a certificate in bilingual bicultural education. And she is the kind of eHarmony, if you'd say, of our mentor program. Helps get you signed up, and find you a mentor. Mentors can either be a peer who's a little farther along. Is there further? Help me out, Dan. Further, farther. Farther along. Farther along in their studies, so we could get you with maybe a third year if you're a first-year doctoral student or master's student. We also match you with faculty and staff and trustees and even the president, but she's taken right now. So we have mentors throughout the university willing to work with you. And I do highly encourage you to check out our mentor page because we have professional workshops in addition to the mentor-pair maintenance relationship we get you into and try to make sure that that's happening for you. And so when you look at our mentor page, you will see that there is a link down below to I Want a Mentor. So that's a link. If you didn't notice, it says survey links below. You'll fill out a survey and we'll try to determine what you need there. And you can always give us a call. The last part of the Graduate Success Center, aside from this annual orientation, is I think really what might be lingering on your minds right now as graduate students, which would be career. You're in graduate school, and you know that this is kind of your transition to mobility in the working world, aside from, obviously the scholarship you'll gain as a student. So I would like Christine Karinian to stand up. She is over here in the corner. This is Christine Karinian. She is your graduate career counselor. And Christine has actually developed a really nice sub-spot in their website with services and, resources for graduate students. Lots of great downloadables, and I know that's not a term, but things you can download from their website. But you really need to make an appointment with Christine and come in and get to know her. She wants to start working with you from the early stages of your employment development, from thinking about a job search, to refining a resume, to getting ready for an interview, practicing the interview. She can do that over, how do you do it? Skype? So I have to say about Christine that I noticed part of my job is to kind of evaluate and assess the impact of our project, the Title V Graduate Success Center. And I was comparing service numbers of 10 of our tutors, academic coaches, and Christine, I think, works with as many students, and those students are as satisfied, if not more, than working with our writing staff, our accounting and statistics. So Christine is she is a jewel. You really need to make an appointment or give her a call and have a phone conference with her to get some career assistance. The last thing I wanted to say is, how many of you noticed there's just a few little things in your packet and not a whole lot of brochures and printing? We have very minimal in there. We decided we need to be eco-friendly. We have the budget, we could print all over the place. But I thought, you know what? Actually, my staff, all of us, looked at preloading your flash drives so that there are resources already on the flash drive for you. So if you take a look up at the screen, let me see how I view this by large icons. These are some of the things that we have preloaded for you as resources. Now, you remember the first presentation, the registrar, Marilyn Davies, kind of gave you the WebCap, and Dan talked about the WebCap service on campus, on the website. We have a video tutorial on WebCap that you can play on your computer, pause it, and make sure you're doing the right steps. We have tips for surviving grad school. We have an APA guide for your paper that you can download and begin typing into, but you want to check with your faculty in your program first because they don't all use the same APA format and guides, so you want to make sure that that's okay first and before you get a surprise from your faculty member. But aside from what's on the flash drive, and it is 4 gigs, so you can store whole lots of things. Aside from that, I want to do a little housekeeping quickly. We have, 15 minutes, and then that'll give us a little bit of, we have a lot of time for question and answers, actually. But I want to do a little housekeeping first. If you don't have a bag or a lanyard or a flash drive, come up and see the Graduate Success Center on the 2nd floor of the campus center and ask us for one. Well, let's see, the fun part. We're raffling iPads today at lunch. Hello, isn't that great? A little louder. Isn't that great? Irvine. Come on, Irvine. Irvine's happy. Okay. Yeah, that's a little surprise we didn't quite advertise. So you need to be physically present on the 3rd floor of the campus center between 11:50 and 12 p.m. So plan your bathroom break around that. Plan, go up there right away, eat lunch. You can go visit service tables downstairs all to your heart's content, but be back up there. Now, we will make an announcement that'll be throughout the building. You can hear us. But if you're planning to go over to Woody Hall or anything, get back in time. You don't want to miss out on the raffle. We have 5 prizes. Only 2 of them are iPads. Ooh, I know, huh? Yeah. Let's see, what else have I covered? Okay, no waiting for food. Last year we had a line down the stairs. Now, I'm not saying push past people and run up there. I just mean that we have 2 entrances. Sorry about that, Rob. I know your ears are probably blowing out back there. We have 2 entrances to the food table from either side. So when you go up the campus stairs, if the line's long on the first part of the food table, go around to the back and get your food so that you don't feel, congested waiting in line. What else do I have for you? Oh, in your program, it says college meetings at 12:45. Some faculty can't come until 1. So what we're going to do is make an announcement at lunchtime when we'll get all the faculty and department chairs, deans up to the front at lunch, probably right after the raffle, so about 12:10. And we'll announce where your meetings are, and I'll project it up onto the screen so you'll see the actual room, name, and location, your faculty member. If your faculty member is not up front and their name is not up on the screen for you to see in the campus center, you have plenty of other options to do. You can come to the Graduate Success Center and talk to us. You can go to the service tables. You can walk around campus, although I think it's probably sweltering out there by now. I don't know if it's hot. And then definitely catch Donna Bentley's researching the literature review at 2 o'clock, which again is in the campus center, not the library.